Section 1.3 covers a couple different types of word problems. This is an overview of what you can use to solve the problems. If you have a better way to solve, by all means, do it your way, but this is just a suggestion of things to follow. This is George Polya's four-step process for solving a problem. First off, you need to understand the problem, which means read the problem several times. Read it one time all the way through for an overview, and then start reading it piece by piece and write down some information, kind of like shorthand stuff. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Then devise a plan. Now that plan can include looking for a pattern. It can be writing an equation, trial and error, use a chart or a table. It all depends on the type of problem. Carry out the plan and solve the problem. Maybe it's an equation you have to solve. Maybe it's just a cross multiplication. Maybe it's just simple arithmetic. And the fourth thing that's important is look back and check the answer. Be sure that the answer is reasonable and that it satisfies the conditions of the problem. So let's take a look at a couple examples and see how we would use this. So a roll of easy white paper towels contains 100 sheets and costs $1.38. Quick Clean contains 5 dozen sheets per roll and costs $1.23. If you need 3 rolls of paper towels, which brand is the better value? So better value tells us really how we're going to do this problem. Easy Wipe contains 100 sheets and costs $1.38. So this is what I mean by write down some things. 100 sheets costs $1.38. That is my shorthand for this first sentence. 100 sheets costs $1.38. Quick Clean, and I could actually label this as easy, and I could put a KW or a KQ for Quick Clean. This one costs 5 dozen sheets, costs $1.23. Notice we have a little bit of apple and orange kind of problem here. This is 100 sheets, this is 5 dozen sheets. We need to get this 5 dozen sheets into this terminology. Well, 5 dozen, there's 12 in a dozen, so 5 times 12 is 60 sheets. So this piece of information and this piece of information we're going to use. We also need 3 rolls. Do you see that it doesn't matter how many rolls that are needed? What's important is that we need to figure out the cost per sheet. So since we need 3 rolls of each, if we figure out the cost per sheet, this is immaterial. So we're going to find the price per sheet by dividing the price by the number of sheets. Look at this, price per sheet. When you see the word per, we're talking division. So we just have to write out the division for both of those. So for easy, we are looking at the price, which was $1.38 over 100 sheets. For Quick Clean, we were looking at a price of $1.23 for 60 sheets. And this is all we have to do with the calculator is actually divide this out. If you divide $1.38 by 100, you get this decimal, 0.0138. More decimals, but we're going to stop there. Divide this out and we get this, 0.0205. Now what do those numbers mean? We're talking money, so move the decimal point 2 places to the right. This is approximately 1.4 cents. I rounded the 8 over this to make a 4. If we move this the 2 places, we're going to get approximately 2 cents, approximately 2.1 cents if you want to be picky. So which is the better buy? Obviously the one that is the cheaper price. So the better buy is your easy, is the better buy. What we just used there is what's known as unit price. Unit price is the total price divided by the total units. It could be ounces, it could be sheets, it just depends on what's in the problem. But price per something is always price divided by the number of units. So let's take a look at another one here. A manufacturer packages its apple juice in bottles and boxes. A 128-ounce bottle costs $5.39. And a 9-pack of 6.75-ounce boxes costs $3.15. Which packaging option is the better buy? So read the problem through a couple times till you understand what the numbers are. Do a little shorthand of it, and here's our shorthand. The bottles were 128 ounces, cost $5.39. The boxes are 9 packs of 6.75 ounces. We have the same situation we had in the last problem. This is a 9-pack of 6.75 ounces. We need to know the total number of ounces. Just like the bottles had a total of 128 ounces, we need to multiply 9 times 6.75, which is what's in each bottle, and we end up with this, 60.75 ounces. So set up our fractions. We're going to compute the price per ounce. The bottles have a price of $5.39 over 128. The boxes are this one. This is what you're looking at because you're looking at the total ounce situation. The boxes are $3.15, 460.75. Use your calculator, divide that out, and round off as necessary. This divides out as 0.042, which is approximately 4.2 cents per ounce. Divide this one out as 0.052, which is approximately 5.2 cents per ounce. Obviously, the cheaper is better, so just buying the big 128-ounce bottle is the better buy. Different problem. Read this through. By paying $100 cash up front and the balance of $20 per week, how long will it take to pay for a bike costing $680? This is not a better buy thing. This is what I'm guessing most of you have done at some point, where you are buying something on time, like buying a car. You pay a down payment. This is this cash up front idea as your down payment, and a balance of $20 per week. That's a little odd. Usually with this you pay per month, but this is per week. And it's asking us how long will it take to pay for a bike costing $680. Well, you should know that the total price is the down payment plus the number of the weekly payments times the number of weeks. So if we follow this right here, we can fill in with the numbers that we have. The total price we're going to have to pay off is $680. Our down payment was $100. That was our cash up front. Plus the weekly payments times the number of weeks. Well, we're paying $20 per week, so it's 20 times W, if you want to think about it that way. W meaning our number of weeks. That's a pretty simple equation to solve. How do we undo this and get the W alone? Subtract 100 from both sides, which gives us 580 equals 20W. Divide both sides by 20, and W is 29, and that stood for weeks. It would take you 29 weeks to pay off this bike. Calculators were purchased at $70 per dozen and sold at $30 for 3 calculators. What is the profit on 6 dozen calculators? There's a whole lot packed into this problem, and you should see a little discrepancy right off the bat. They were purchased at $70 per dozen and sold at $30 for 3 calculators. Here we are with the apple and orange situation. We've got to get this into the same lingo. So let's write down what we can from this information right up here. We've got the purchase price was $70 per dozen. The sale price was $30 for 3 calculators. Let's see if we can get these into the same unit idea by computing the totals on 6 dozen calculators. What you're doing is you're buying 6 dozen calculators, and each dozen costs $70. So if you multiply this by 6, that means you paid $420 for these calculators initially. Now you're going to sell them, but you're still going to sell the 6 dozen. How many calculators are 6 dozen? Well, 6 times 12 means 72 calculators. So you're sitting on 72 calculators, but you're going to sell them in packs of 3. So how many packs would that be? If you do 72 divided by 3, that gives you 24 packs of calculators that you're going to sell. And you're going to sell them for $30. So 24 times 30 is $720. So if we want to get the profit is the total revenue, which is how much you made. You made $720. Your purchase price on all this was $420. So you made $300 on this deal.